if you can see my screen. Yes, no? Just a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so welcome to the class, Technologies for Special Needs Education. Uh, so you can see this class logo on the picture. So we will come to the discussion of it. Why particularly this? Later in the class and also in the future classes. So first of all, good morning to all. As we are meeting online, so this is me, of course. My name is Monjira, and I am faculty at GSSST, GS School of Telecommunication. But I do not have backgrounds in AC, so just so that you do not have a wrong idea. And also, I am joint faculty at Center for Excellence in Artificial Intelligence. So I work in natural language processing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. And also, my interest on which this course is based is assistive technologies, that is, to develop tools and technologies for persons with disabilities. And you can reach me at monjira.sina@cet.iitkgp.ac.in. So please feel free to reach out to me for any like any queries or any assistance. We also have 4 course TAs. I don't think they are in today's class. So we have Moni, Deepshikha, Piyali, and Rekha. All are either research scholars, and Deepshikha is a master's students. So all of them are either working in assistive technology or in natural language processing or in the in the intersection of the two. So for you can also reach out to the TS. I will share the mail IDs for any queries related to the course, and it is advisable that you reach out that you mail me for any course any course related queries, and please keep one of the TS at least in the CC so that the mail does not get lost, because as you can understand, I receive many mails on a day, so it is preferable to at least have 2 addresses in the sender list. So some announcement. So please make sure you have provided correct email addresses in the ERP, because just like this course joining instruction I sent over the ERP, there can be other communications in future that we use the ERP mailing channel, because it is not possible actually to get all that, like the course strength is almost 600. I don't know whether it is a good thing or a bad thing, but I am pretty worried about the strength. So it is not possible to get the 600 mail addresses. So I prefer to do it via ERP. And also what happened is that due to the huge numbers, all the ERP mails are being sent, but even if your Gmail ID is connected to the ERP, it is not going to that mail ID. Okay, so please keep your institute mail ID like up and running. And if your friends have not received the mails or the joining instruction, so please help them with the team code. Okay, that team code you can also get from the team settings and the code, okay, for joining, or you can just forward the mails that you have received, and they will be able to join. Very sorry, actually I am running a fever and a cold, not corona, so that's why my voice is broken, and actually I have trouble speaking also. So before we start, I would like to say a few words that we are going through an unprecedented and difficult times, like although we are calling it the new normals, but as we can understand that we are having pretty difficulty to adjusting to this quote unquote normal, which does not seem normal at all. Like as human, we are not we are built for, you know, in person and physical interaction, the warmth of having other people nearby. So whatever we do online, it will not be an adequate substitute, as per my opinion. Of course, we can have mixed reality, we can have immersive reality, but still, I think there will be some longing for the actual in-person encounter. So in that way, it is really an unseen time. So please feel free to reach out to me for any assistance. Either it can be related to the course, it can be related to your study, and if you feel, it can also be like anything, any personal difficulty that you are facing. So I understand, and I would just like to say that I don't judge people, and also I am very open in all the aspects. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Please don't suffer alone. And the class has no attendance, because one of the reason is, of course, a large class strength. It is not possible to tally all the 600 people. And another thing is that of course, like the way you are doing almost 2 years, like now more than 2 years of online classes, giving exams, doing projects, it is really a commendable thing. If I were in your place, I would not have attended any of the classes that I know for here, and just before the day of exam I would have gone through the class recordings. Okay, so I believe that if you find this class interesting, or if you feel that you have a need, you will definitely attend. And anyway, there will be assignments and things like that. So that's why I have a no attendance policy in this course. So as you know, we will have classes in the F3 slot, which is Wednesday. Sorry. Wednesday 10 to 11, Thursday 9 to 10, and Friday 11 to 12. Now, the Friday after 11 to 12, the 12 to 1 is a free period when there is no scheduled classes. So, as you know, last week we could not have classes because all the registrations were still going on, and I didn't want anyone to miss out because they were late registering. And also there will be some holidays coming up, like the 26th January, which will be on Wednesday. So sometimes we will utilize like half of this Friday's free slot till 12:30 to make up for the classes. And I hope that you will not find it like an the overload, but you will enjoy listening to me for the extra time. Okay, so now let us start with some like why suddenly this course like special needs education, and what does it means by special needs, and we will also come to the point that whether special needs is the appropriate word to be reused. Okay, so before that, let us, like, you know, in the online mode we are all the able-bodied persons, right? Like able-bodied means we will come to ableism and the other things in the later classes. Able-bodied means that we can see, we can hear, we can speak, we have a control over our fine motor movement, like very fine control. So say for example, if we don't have the one or multiple of these kind of, what I can say in our present status of the society, the advantages. So let us start with a little bit of course, we cannot, suddenly go blind, but let us start with a little bit of experience that if we wouldn't have been able to see, then what would have happened. So I will play an audio clip. Just listen to it and tell me what do you understand from it. अच्छा, is the sound audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Okay, okay.
ఏం పెట్టింది?
Can you please mute your microphones?
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Uh, Please don't mute my microphone, whoever did it. Okay, because then. Okay, so were you able to listen to the audio clip? Yes, no.
It wasn't clear.
It wasn't clear, but like it wasn't clear from the sound perspective, or you couldn't understand what was going on.
Ma'am, I couldn't understand.
Okay, so was it boring? Yes, no.
Ma'am, couldn't listen it only clearly, so I don't know.
Okay, okay. So can I play for 20 more seconds? Please don't mute me. Whoever did it. Now is the sound coming?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is very faint. Okay. Uh, so what did you make of it? Anyone?
Some siren noises
Some gunshots with
and
some background tabla music.
yes.
Yes. So was it interesting, boring, or you got perplexed or startled? So what was it? But could you make out like what is the context? Why suddenly the gunshots are being like accompanied by the tabla music or things like that?
Then previously you play then similar like a Rajasthani folk music
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
now it's similar like a border and there was a war and such a kind of Hollywood movie. So
No,
so
I actually I played the same music for the second time. I just drag it. I just dragged it. Okay. Yes, 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 sort of very good. So let me actually show you the video. So so you let me know what is the difference in the experience.
Ma'am, was it like some okay?
Yes, yes, tell me. Don't hesitate. Tell me.
Okay, I thought it was like some festival going on and somebody shooting someone else kind of a thing.
Okay, okay, yes, yes, very nice. So that's what I wanted to understand. That what did you make of it? Okay, so that's what I like about this course. I get to show the movie clips in the name of teaching new things. But so now is the experience different? Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How different is it? Anyone? So I look forward to interacting with you. Please don't hesitate. So how different is it? Do you think it is substantially different? Uh, do you think with the video you were not really able to understand the context?
I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
the video introduces tension. So the music on its own is it's good, but it does not make any sense, right? So the video gives it a background, introduces tension, sets up a story. So yeah, it's much better to watch the video and right.
Yes, right. Okay. So anyway, this is a clip from the short film, The Little Terrorist. If you get time, it is freely available in YouTube. Please watch. it is just 15 minutes long. So the point was that, say you have a friend who cannot see, and both of you wants to go to see a movie, or even for attending this class where you have to rely a lot on the only the the slides and the audio part. So do you think having many a times we think that okay, we can hear the dialogues of the film, we can hear the fights on the film, so it may be sufficient. But actually I also used to think so, but then these kinds of little experiments, they are kind of very enlightening in the sense that how much a person how much is left out when a person cannot see the video or the context. So that's why there are things called the audio movies. You can also search in the net. So the audio movies kinds of, it narrates what is going on in the scene. So like in this movie it would have narrated things like uh, our little boy is searching for the field in somewhere between the border of India, Pakistan, and in the minefield. So things like that. So the point was that most often we do not understand the abilities that we have and the very ableist society that we have made around us. If someone is not able to see or not able to hear what are the challenges faced by that person. I guess you all have either Netflix or Amazon Primes or any kind of OTT like that. I don't know about others, but at least I have seen some films in Netflix or some series in Netflix these days. It comes with something called an audio description. So sometimes you can play the series of the film with the audio description to understand like what does audio description means and how it will help a person who is not able to see in understanding the context of a movie or a video. Now these days we all so I think almost 80% of you are interested in doing some type of the machine learning or deep neural network classes, right? Even like either you are doing it from an IIT coursework or you are doing it from online from the sites like Coursera and on, or NPTEL. Now, a part of these online lectures, our important part is that the teacher is explaining what is going on. So just right now, as you said me that, ma'am, you are on mute. So that means if the voice component is lost, there is a significant challenge in understanding what is going on. But now try to understand without hearing any explanation. Maybe when your teacher is teaching the back propagation in an artificial neural network like this. So tell me, will you able to understand without actually the explanation, no matter how descriptive the slide is? Actually, adhering to any explanations? No, right?
No.
So yes. So, but we don't often think about it, right? We think that okay, the slides are explanatory enough. The slides are explanatory enough for us because whether we realize or not it very consciously, we have this also complementary audio information of what is going on in the slides. Or say you imagine typing a long sentence when each letter takes 5 seconds to type and it also takes a lots of physical effort. I said each letter takes 5 seconds, not even each word. So 5 seconds, in 5 seconds, I can type out this whole sentence. But I am not exaggerating the person's have the neuromotor disorders, or mus things like cerebral palsy, they really need these need like at least 3 to 5 seconds to type out each letter, and that also comes with a lots of physical effort. And the thing is that it is not only about time. Just think that you want to really communicate something very quickly, and won't it be frustrating if the only thing that is restricting you is the conventional keyboard or typewriter, where it really takes a long time and a lot of physical effort for you to type out. We all know about Stephen Hawking, right? And we all know about his system where he can do typing with 2 finger and it will read it out. The system, if I am not mistaken, was developed by Intel. So we will come to this type of predictive keyboard systems, which are called the AAC devices, like augmentative and alternative communication devices. But anyway, if you have looked into Professor Hawking's you know lectures or the question answering, then you will see there are lots of uh, the lots of uh, pre-designed or pre-constructed responses or sentences. The reason is to kind of cut down the actual time of communication, or each time typing the same thing, the effort of it. Just give me a moment. Now we are all, I believe that when you are online in the course teams, you are also parallelly checking your mails, you are chatting with your friends in WhatsApp over different devices, or maybe you are not in that class at all. You have joined, you have muted, and you have left. So in any of the cases, we do not have any difficulty in coordinating so many different windows in our computers, right? Just now I am juggling between this PowerPoint, the Teams window. If I am playing the sound clip, I went to the iTunes window. But this may not be the truth for all of us. Persons with neuromotor disorders, they have like significant difficulty in accessing the computer peripherals via the computer via the conventional means like the keyboard or mouse. You will be very surprised to know that till now there is no accessible options for for this kind of persons with severe cerebral palsy in places like Facebook, in Gmail, without which we cannot even imagine our lives these days, right? And also we cannot imagine online education without the mails and social media, correct? Like if you cannot discuss the answers of the questions, how are you going to attempt the assignments or the exams? Okay, so there should be some benefit of an online education system, right? Or say if your textbook looks like this, that literally your letters are jumping all around the places. So I believe that you have heard or have seen the movie Tare Zameen Par, because I believe you all would have been like the kids when it was released. But by chance you have heard about it.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Amir Khan.
Yes, I remember that scene in the school. He says that the letters are jumping.
Yes, yes. So the child has dyslexia. So if you haven't seen, please take it as an assignment. You know, nothing better of an assignment than to watch a movie, right? The excuse to watch a movie. To watch the film Tare Zameen Par. So yes, we will have criticism about the approaches of how a child with dyslexia needs to be very good in other aspects, but definitely it was one of a kind film in the Indian film, like in India, at least to raise awareness about the reading disabilities like dyslexia. So in that movie, the child the Ishan, he is complaining that the letters in his copy or in his textbook are literally jumping. So they are jumping all over the place. And if someone tells you this, if your friend tells you this, what will be your first reaction? That you will laugh. That are you high? Or are you taking any of hallucinogens, things like that? Like how can the letters jump? But actually it happens for kids with dyslexia or for children with dyslexia. They literally see that their textbooks appear like this. The words are floating, the words are carved, the words are all over the place and jumping. So then how can we approach education for this segment of students? Or sometimes someone with dyslexia may see the prints like this in red instead of the whole letters and words, which explain to those without dyslexia why it proves difficult to comprehend when reading or writing. So see, if you cannot see the words like this, if you cannot see the whole words, and it happens with dyslexia, so will you be able to predict what is written on the screen? No, right? So that's why they sometimes they face difficulty in reading or comprehending. So what happens for us? It is fine, we can see. We may have difficulty spelling out a very long word, but definitely we can see the word, right? So that is the thing that we we kind of fail to kind of understand or empathize with the challenges faced by those who may not be like us. So as society we are not very tolerant about differences. Like we want everyone to be the same size, same color, same way. So you can understand. So that is true for ethnicities, that is true for religion, and that is true for also human the abilities. This is a writing from a class 6 girl. What he tried to say is that this is not her bad handwriting. This is the best she can do. For her, it is the best handwriting. Because for her, she may see like this, it may appears to her like this. So it is not correct to judge everyone on the same standard. If you recall, in our schools there are lots of emphasis being put on the quality of handwriting, the tidiness, and in all, and the kind of the students who cannot come up to the standard, they kind of they kind of stigmatized very openly by the peers, by the teachers. But more often than not, we fail to investigate that if there are some other reasons behind that. So understand it from the perspective of the learner. So that is the whole motto of this course, that we will try to understand the difficulties as faced from the perspective of the learner, from the perspective of different persons with disabilities. So this is an old news from 2020, and because so as you can see, it is July 25, 2020, and just the first lockdown was lifted. So then uh, our community-based organizations Swabhiman, it conducted two surveys with Disability Legislation Unit of Eastern India and the Center for Advocacy and Research working for the rights of disabled people. It showed that across different states, 43 lakh disabled students may drop out unable to cope with the online education. So as you can understand, first of all, the number is quite higher. It is like at least twice because it is sample survey, not exhaustive all over pan India. Maybe some of the very few, like very well-known disability schools were taken into account and things like that. So just understand, and over the 2 years, over this prolonged continuation of lockdown and the online education, the number will only go up higher. So I think that by this time we are able to understand what are the different challenges faced by online faced by the students with disabilities, maybe in an online education mode. Of course there are challenges in the offline education, but also more in online education. And there are the things like especially the students with disabilities from economically the poorer backgrounds or the marginalized communities, they used to avail the residential school facilities, because what happens in India, we are more often than not, our families are running on very resource constraint scenario, right? In that case, if a child with disability is born, taking extra care for that child, spending behind his or her education. Education for us is like, if you are good in education, why we try to get good grades these days? Anyone? Why everyone is interested to know data science? Why?
Jobs are available. Jobs demand
Yes.
data scientists.
Exactly. So very unfortunately, our is like education is kind of reduced to a kind of a grooming time to get good jobs. So as you can understand, so uh, from a middle or the lower middle class family perspective, it makes no sense to spend behind education of a child with disability, because the child with the job prospect of the child is very less in future, right? And even the options for educations are very less. The special schools are far away. The regular schools don't take the child. The regular schools don't have the facility to accommodate the child. So anyway, these children are left out in the physical education system, only in the offline education system. And now lots of them were availing the residential facilities. Those are closed down, the funds are dried up, so they are again once again left out in the online mode also. Okay, so now our question will be, as a technologist, what kind of technical solutions we can come up with. Of course, we will not be able to design and develop maybe anything in this short span of time, but the hope is that if some of you at least try to pursue this technical field of the work, maybe some good outputs can come up. So now what is this course about? The course is not to enhance your knowledge about technology, because you already have enough knowledge about technology. You are smarter people, persons, and you will pick up new technological things from different domains. And also we have a very diverse students from very diverse disciplines in this course. So concentrating on one piece of technology may not be very engaging to all. But anyway, we'll try to look into the technical details as much as possible, because primarily we will discuss technology only. And we will also discuss about many non-technical stuffs. I put it in code because generally, like, we have this kind of understanding that whatever is non-technical is kind of these stories and all, maybe not worth for a person of technology to concentrate on that. But contrary to that, I believe to be a good technologist, we also need to have understanding about the society, about how this technology is going to impact the society, and how we can use our technical knowledge to build a more inclusive society. So we will discuss about education, we will discuss about disability, we will discuss about inclusion. So the course is mostly about spreading the word about disabilities. So although the course name says special needs education, but we will not only restrict our discussion to education. It will be mostly about technologies for disability. And of course, if we develop technologies for disability, it is going to help in education. We need to understand that there exists a vast and diverse world beyond what we see in ours. Say how many students with disability that you see in your class. This online mode of education which is being normalized. Now, if you have a friend who has problem seeing, who have problem of hearing, so what will be the output for her case? What will be the accommodations for her case? How we will deal the particular case? So we have a solution that don't include someone who cannot fit to the the ideal worldview that we have made. But whether we deny or not, there exists a vast world beyond our immediate experiences, and I will try to bring your attention to those aspects. So this is mainly about how your technical knowledge, your domain, can contribute to make the world a better place for living. So when we build, we will come to this argument again and again, that when we build an inclusive society, it is not only the persons with disabilities who are benefited, but we all are benefited. And it is about your participation. So as I have said, I really look forward to an interactive session. I uh, i don't see myself as a very intimidating teacher, so you need not be very afraid of me, as long as you are sincere. So please participate, because without discussions, without interactions, there is no point in just one sided delivery of instructions. And above anything else, it is about smiles. So I believe that whenever our learning experience brings us joy and and is able to engage us successfully and efficiently, then then we will have the best outcome of learning, the expected outcome of learning. So I hope that you all are going to enjoy this course. So we will try to get some, if not, just like any other domains, representations and uses of correct terminologies are also very important in case of disabilities. So we will come to these explanations in the later classes, but just kind of keep in your mind three important things. First of all, disability is not inability. Persons with disabilities are not differently abled, Divyang, anything. So we will come to that. Lots of persons with disabilities, they call themselves differently able, and they can do that because they have the agency, they have the authority to describe themselves in however way they like. But why, as a able-bodied person, why from our privileged position, we should not use these terminologies? And also we will say persons with disability, not disabled person, because we will put the person first, not the disability. So we will come to explanations of this in the later classes. So I will like to play a small video clip. Maybe so. This is a longer one, but in the interest of time, I will restrict it to 3-4 minutes. So maybe into tomorrow's class see some more. So it was made in 2020 by the David Haveli Foundation. So which says that which is the demand for making the online education accessible for students with disabilities.
This video is brought to you by Javed Abdi Foundation. As an advocacy effort, we hope our voice is heard.
Hello everyone, hope you are all safe in your homes. We, students with and without disabilities, want to bring your attention unanimously to the challenges faced by students with disabilities during this lockdown.
While educational institutions have been closed for more than a month now, some of them have started imparting education through online platforms. It's a great initiative. But what about the students with disabilities? We are facing so many barriers in accessing online education.
What is now being seen as a new normal?
Okay, actually we failed to acknowledge the critical role of internet connection in online education. So as usual in the most critical moment, it kind of decides to go off. Okay, so
this video is brought to you by Javed Abdi Foundation. Abilities. We are facing so many barriers in accessing online education.
What is now being seen as the new normal, like remote learning, social distancing, they should be non-discriminatory and inclusive to people with disabilities. The Rights of Persons with Disabilities 2016 Act mandates that non-discrimination and accessible and inclusive education for persons with disabilities. So there's no question about it. It should be done.
We have submitted some recommendations to the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Higher Education, and we'll be sharing some of them here with you.
Oh, okay, so we will see more in tomorrow's class. Just one thing I wanted to bring your attention to. So if you see, all these videos have the closed captions or the subtitles, and also there is a sign language interpreter in short. So, so this makes the videos accessible to persons with hearing impairment. And actually, nowadays we are habituated to, and you people are virtually like brought up during the time of this 24 into 7 the news channel. So anyway, out there inaccessible or any same person needs to access them. The people are shouting in the name of news has become the new normal, and different confusing taglines. But in the earlier days of when the Doordarshan news used to come, so there used to be 2 times in the day, like it is afternoon noon 2 p.m. on in the evening, I think that's 7 p.m. news. uh, those were used to like accompanied by this kind of sign language interpretations. So those 2 times then like the news was explicitly used to be made accessible for persons with hearing impairment. Now we will come to this in tomorrow's class, the other slides. So I request you to please go through the 2 reading assignments so that we can discuss them. And generally in other semesters I start the course with a pre-course survey, but as this time till last night all the registrations were going on, I could not upload the survey. So I will do it today only. It will not take more than 5 minutes of your time. Genuinely, not more than 5 minutes. So please do that. And yes, and please go through the reading assignments. So so that you have an understanding about being a person with disability. Uh, so so that's all for today's class. Thank you, and we did it. So any questions? Any question? Okay, so if there is no question, can I just have a quick raise of hands if anyone has gone through the reading assignment? Okay, 3. Okay, okay, great. Yes, okay. So yeah, very nice to see that so many people have actually attempted. So those who have not done yet, please do it because it, there. So I have shared just stories for reading assignments. So you will definitely enjoy reading them. So please do that. Okay. So any questions? I think someone was trying to say something last time.
Like about the term projects, can you share something about the term project? Like,
Yes, TAM project we will discuss, okay? Because we need to discuss the problem is that some people still they can do a TAM project, some people who are particularly in their homes, they have difficulty. So we will discuss the feasibility of TAM projects and also the different assessments. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.